Hey everyone, so today we will try to see the concepts of digest authentication and we will try to implement this digest authentication using Python's request module. So here on the screen you can see I have a URL and this is a URL which is protected. Basically it is protected by digest auth. So if we want to fetch any data which is lying under the hood of this URL, we will have to provide some digest authentication to it. Now if we will try to fetch it without any authentication, let us try to do it. So for that we will have to import request module. So we will say import requests and then let us make a request. So r is equal to request dot let us make a get request to this URL and print the r dot status code. So let us try to run this Python 3. See, so we have got 401 response. It means this is a protected resource and we have to provide the digest auth for it. Okay. I already have the username and password for this, so I'll just uncomment this. So my username in Postman and password is password. So similarly, if you have any URL or any API which is protected by digest auth, you should have a username and password. Now, how to make a request using this username and password for digest auth? For this, we will try to import HTTP digest auth from request.auth. Okay, we will say HTTP digest auth. So we have imported this. Now we will have to create an object of it. So we will say auth obj is equal to http digest auth and we have to pass our username and password to this. Okay, so I can now make use of this auth object and make a request to this particular URL and I should get my status code as 200. So I should also pass this auth object, so I can say comma auth. Auth is the key where we have to pass our authentication object. So we can say auth is equal to auth obj and save this and let us try to run our code again. So see, we have got 200 status code this time. Okay, so it's that simple to use HTTP digest auth and implement it using Python's request module. Now, as someone who has to implement this particular thing, you can just use this code and implement it in your own code. Okay, but if you want to understand what is happening behind the scene in this particular line, so you have to stay tuned and stay with me for another 3 to 4 minutes and I will be explaining you how this whole HTTP digest thing works. Okay, so now I will explain you step by step how this HTTP digest works. This will be an end-to-end flow explanation. So first thing which happens is there is a client. So in this case, we are the client. We were the client who were making the request to the server. Okay. Firstly, the client will have to make an unauthenticated request to access any data. So when you make an unauthenticated request to a protected resource, basically a request like this, a get request to a protected resource, and your URL is example.com. So what should you get as a response? You should ideally get 401, right? So that is what's happening in the second step. The server is making a response to the client and saying that it is a 401 unauthorized status. Basically, you are not the correct person to access this data. But also this will include a response header www-authenticate. Okay, this is something we also saw in the basic authentication example. So let us try to understand what is this all about. So you have got as a response 401 unauthorized, but you have also got one response header called as www-authenticate. Now the value is digest. The first thing will tell you what kind of authentication the client wants. It wants digest. Okay. So when you got the key www-authenticate, you know that, okay, I'm not the correct person. I need some kind of authorization. What kind of authorization? That's the first value, digest. So when it is a digest authentication which the server need, then the server will also give you some more data like realm, QOP, nonce, and opaque. What are these four parameters? Let us try to understand it. First, realm. Realm is actually the domain or the server space where your server lies. Okay. For example, example.com is our realm. Second, this is very important, nonce. Nonce is a unique server generated key. So in this case, the unique server generated key is ABC123. Now this is one of the important key which the client should have to make the digest auth data or the token. Now the third thing, QoP is the quality of protection, which is like auth. So basically it needs authentication. So QoP is auth. Fourth is opaque. Opaque is server side specific value to maintain a session integrity. So it is just for to maintain your sessions. So the most important thing to here is nonce. Okay. Now in the third step, now the client knows that okay, my server needs some kind of digest auth. So my server must have given me some nonce. Okay. No NCE. Okay. Using this as a client, you have to make two things. You have to make ha1, that means hash 1, and ha2, that means hash 2. For that we will have to use md5 algorithm. Now this md5 algorithm is actually a cryptographic hash algorithm using which you hash or encode your data. Okay, so what is this ha1 hash? It is actually the value of username, realm, and password separated by colons and just taking the md5 of it. So for example, if your username is user, realm, that is the domain, is example.com, and password is password. So you will create a string like this and pass it in md5 function or any function which can perform md5 hashing. Okay, so you will get ha1, and for ha2 you have to have method and digest URI. What is this method? This is the HTTP method which you are making to the server, and digest URI is nothing but the resource which you are trying to fetch from the server. So if your server is example.com and you are trying to fetch some protected resource slash protected resource from it, then your digest URI will be slash protected resource. Okay, so this is the string you created here, and again took the md5 of it. Now you have got ha2. So we have got ha1 and ha2. Now again you have to do md5, and this time you have to do md5 hash for ha1 colon nonce colon nc colon c nonce colon qop and colon ha2. Now this can sound very complex, but we have already seen how easily we can do using Python's request module. But this is just for understanding, so you can just follow along. So this is our ha1, this is our nonce, nc is another code which the client will create, c nonce is another code which the client will create, and auth is nothing but the QoP, and then at the last we have this ha2. Create a string of it, take md5 of it, and now the client is ready to make an authenticated request to your server. This time again the client will make a request to the server, and this time again it will also pass some header. The header key will be authorization, and the value will be digest space the username, the realm, the nonce value, the URI which you want to request for, the response. The response will be actually with the last md5 which you just created using this particular data, and you have to also pass the QoP, the NC, CNonce, and opaque. And this time the server will just verify this data and it will again respond to the client, but this time the response will be HTTP 200. Now this might sound like very complex, something very complex we have implemented, but ultimately this is for security, the authentication, so this has to be complex. But nowadays digest auth is not very much used. It is already being replaced by Auth 2, which we will try to implement in our next time. So for now, this is all about digest auth, how to implement it, and what are the concept of it. So I will see you the next time.